Welcome back. We're multiplying and dividing to rational expressions. This is from the same worksheet as last time, but now numbers 7 through 19. So let's take a look at number 7. We need to multiply the expression, then simplify the result. So we're going to multiply first using what we know about our fraction rules, and then simplify using the method before where we were canceling out common factors. So we can go ahead and start by multiplying. When you multiply a fraction, you can simply multiply straight across. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply straight across. I'm going to start with the numbers that I have on the top. 6 times 3, that's 18. Go with my variables that I have in common next. X to the third, x squared. When I multiply common bases, I add the exponents. This becomes x to the fifth. And then y times y, add my exponents, becomes y squared. Okay. On the bottom, if I multiply here, well, I really technically have a 1 here. 8 times 1 is still 8. X times x cubed, add my exponents, that's x to the fourth. And then y squared, there is no other y, so it just stays y squared. Then I can go ahead and simplify the result. Okay, so well here I just need common factors. I can start with my numbers. A common factor between 8 and 18 would be 2. So if I think about dividing the top by 2, I would be left with 9. And if I divided the bottom by 2, I would be left with 4. And I really can't simplify that any more than that. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down as 9 over 4. Okay. On the top here I have 5 x's multiplied together, and in the bottom I have 4 x's multiplied together. So that means they have a common factor of 4 x's. So I'm going to cancel out 4 x's on the bottom and 4 x's on the top, which leaves me with 1 x on the top. Then for my y squareds, I have y squared over y squared. Well, there's 2 y's on the top, 2 y's on the bottom. There's a common factor, and they cancel each other out. So then I'm left with 9x over 4 as my final answer. Taking a look at the dividing part, we just have to do the same thing, but we got to know our dividing rules. When we're dividing a fraction, what we actually do is multiply by the reciprocal. So let's go ahead and rewrite this division problem as a multiplication by the reciprocal. So I have 10x to the fourth over 3x y squared, and I'm going to multiply it by the reciprocal now. X y to the fourth over 6x squared y. Once I do that, I can go ahead and multiply my two expressions together. Here I have 10 times 1, which is technically 10. X to the fourth times x, add my exponents together, so I have x to the fifth. And then I'm left with y to the fourth on the top. On the bottom, 3 times 6, that's 18. X times x squared, add my exponents, that's x to the third. And y squared times y, again I'm going to add my exponents, and that's y to the third. Now I can start canceling out. Let's start looking at 10 and 18. They have a common factor of 2, so if I divided both by 2, on the top I'd have 5, and on the bottom I have 9, and that's all I can do for canceling out common factors between 10 and 18. Taking a look at x to the fifth and x to the third, I have 5 x's multiplied together on the top, 3 on the bottom. That means they have a common factor of 3 x's, or x to the third. So I can cancel out x to the third on the bottom. I'm going to cancel out 3 x's on the top, which leaves me x squared. So on the top, I'm left with x squared. And then for my y's, I have 4 y's multiplied together on the top, or y to the fourth, and y to the third on the bottom. That means me a common factor of y to the third, so I'm going to cancel out 3 y's on the top and 3 on the 3 on the top and on the bottom. That leaves me with just 1 y on the top. So my simplified answer is 5x squared y over 9. If you have any other questions or need help with more challenging problems, please come see me or Mr. Daniels, and have a fabulous day.